The human spirit was not designed to be caged. It was not born to accept boundaries or live confined within the walls of fear and doubt. Within every heart burns a fire that seeks expansion, a voice that whispers endlessly of possibility. The essence of existence is growth, to rise, to evolve, to transcend. Every atom of life screams for motion. Every breath demands more than mere survival. The power that created stars and galaxies flows through every living being, and yet most spend their lives unaware of that infinite energy, distracted by illusions of limitation. To be limitless is to awaken, to realize that no boundary truly exists except the one the mind creates. The universe never gave permission to stay small. Every sunrise is an invitation to evolve. Every failure is a lesson written by the hands of destiny itself. The soil must break for the seed to rise. The shell must shatter for life to emerge. Transformation demands destruction. The path to infinity is carved through discomfort. Pain is not punishment. It is the sculptor of greatness. It shapes the mind, hardens the soul, and reveals strength that comfort will never teach. Greatness is not born in moments of peace. It is forged in fire. The storm that breaks the weak becomes the wind that lifts the strong. To be limitless is to embrace the unknown. It is to stand before fear and breathe calmly, knowing that uncertainty is the mother of evolution. The edges of fear mark the beginning of growth. Every boundary is a mirage, and beyond every limit lies a higher version of existence. The mind that dares to question its own constraints becomes unstoppable. The greatest power is not in conquering the world, but in mastering the self. The war is always internal, between potential and hesitation, between will and weakness, between what is and what can be. Victory belongs to the consciousness that refuses to surrender. Discipline is the language of the limitless. Effort repeated through days of fatigue, silence, and obscurity becomes the foundation of unshakable power. Energy is not found, it is created through motion. The body adapts, the mind sharpens, the spirit expands all through persistence. Every repetition is a declaration of intent, every challenge an opportunity to expand endurance. The limitless do not chase ease. They chase evolution. They do not pray for lighter loads. They develop stronger shoulders. Every trial becomes a tool, every obstacle a step. The path may break bones, but it builds souls. The energy of purpose flows like fire in the veins of the limitless. Purpose transforms ordinary existence into sacred motion. It gives meaning to pain, direction to chaos, and light to darkness. Without purpose, even paradise feels empty. With purpose, even hell becomes bearable. Purpose turns fear into focus, turns failure into wisdom, and turns time into legacy. It is the compass that never lies. When aligned with purpose, every breath becomes fuel. Every step becomes sacred. The limitless do not chase applause. They chase alignment with the reason for which they were created. Silence is the cradle of power. In silence, the mind sees clearly. In solitude, the soul remembers. The limitless do not fear being alone, for they understand that true creation begins in emptiness. The mind that dares to disconnect from noise learns to listen to the rhythm of the universe. From silence is born clarity. From clarity is born vision. From vision is born mastery. The limitless operate in stillness, while the world screams in distraction. They move without noise, build without validation, and grow without permission. The body obeys the mind, and the mind obeys belief. Belief is the blueprint of reality. To believe in limitation is to create a prison. To believe in potential is to open infinity. Thoughts are seeds, and every repeated thought becomes form. Energy follows intention, and the world mirrors conviction. The limitless understand that reality bends to those who refuse to bow. The universe listens to conviction, not complaint. Faith, when fused with action, becomes creation. Every legend, every revolution, every discovery was once an idea no one believed in except the one who dared to persist. The essence of power lies not in dominance, but in control. Control over the emotions that seek to destroy focus. Control over the desires that dilute strength. Control over the mind that loves to wander. The limitless command themselves before they command the world. The fire inside is greater than the storms outside. Self-mastery is the foundation of freedom. The mind that governs itself is untouchable. Discipline, patience, and focus, these are not restrictions. They are weapons of expansion. True freedom is not the absence of rules, but the presence of purpose. Time is the most precious currency of existence. The limitless understand that every second wasted in hesitation is a brick laid on the wall of regret. Each sunrise carries a warning the same moment will never return. Life is slipping away, one heartbeat at a time. To waste it is to betray creation itself. The limitless rise early, not to impress the world, but to synchronize with the rhythm of destiny. They move while others sleep, they build while others dream, and they persist while others quit. The race is not against others, it is against time itself. Energy flows where focus goes. Focus is the light that cuts through the darkness of distraction. The modern world thrives on fragmentation, scattering attention until nothing remains. The limitless train their focus like a blade, sharp, precise, deadly. When all energy converges on one goal, reality bends. Consistency over chaos, presence over noise, that is the code of power. Every distraction conquered is another step toward infinity. The limitless see failure differently. Failure is not the end, it is feedback. It is the language through which life communicates. Every collapse carries instruction. Every setback carries wisdom. Fall is sacred because it reveals weakness that must be burned away. Each failure refines, purifies, and redirects. The limitless do not curse failure. They embrace it as a mentor. Pain reveals potential. Struggle reveals substance. The deeper the wound, the greater the awakening. The human spirit contains dimensions that science cannot measure. There is strength beyond flesh, will beyond logic, resilience beyond reason. The limitless live in that dimension. They are guided not by circumstance, but by consciousness. They see themselves not as victims of the world, but as architects of reality. The body bends to their will. The environment adapts to their energy. When intention becomes pure and relentless, the universe responds. Fear loses its grip when awareness expands. Fear survives only in ignorance. To see clearly is to be free. The limitless are not fearless, they simply understand fear. They walk beside it, not behind it. They let fear speak, then move anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is movement despite it. Each step forward, taken while trembling, becomes a roar of power. Every time the heart beats faster in uncertainty, it is proof that expansion is near. The journey to infinity is lonely. Few understand the hunger for greatness. The world mocks what it cannot comprehend. The path of expansion requires solitude, sacrifice, and patience. The limitless walk alone, not because they are rejected, but because they have chosen a higher frequency. Greatness cannot exist in crowds. It grows in isolation. From isolation comes depth, and from depth comes creation. True power carries silence, humility, and grace. The limitless have no need to prove. Their presence speaks. They don't seek validation because they are rooted in purpose. Their light does not need permission to shine. The noise of the world fades when one knows who they are. Identity built on comparison collapses. Identity built on truth endures. The limitless are anchored in truth, not opinion, not trend, not ego. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Every negative force that touches the limitless becomes fuel. Hatred becomes fire. Doubt becomes determination. Pain becomes art. The alchemy of the limitless mind turns poison into medicine. No external force can destroy a soul that has mastered transformation. The storm that once threatened becomes the wind beneath the wings. Adversity becomes advantage, and darkness becomes depth. The universe respects resilience. Every time one refuses to break, creation bends slightly in acknowledgement. Reality itself admires persistence. When the soul declares its intent again and again through action, the fabric of existence rearranges to accommodate it. The limitless do not beg for miracles, they create them. The vibration of unshakable will alters the unseen forces of destiny. The mind that believes without doubt, the heart that moves without hesitation, these are the architects of new worlds. In the silence of endurance lies the birth of greatness. Every second spent in persistence builds momentum unseen. The world often mistakes stillness for stagnation, but the limitless know energy gathers before explosion. The seed breaks in darkness before it meets light. The mountain grows silently before it's noticed. The limitless trust the process. They move with patience and precision. They know time bows to those who serve it with purpose. Legacy is not carved in stone, but in energy. The limitless leave behind vibrations that echo beyond generations. They live with such intensity that even their silence inspires. Their existence becomes a mirror for others to awaken. True immortality is not living forever. It is living so deeply that time itself remembers. Every action, fueled by purpose, become eternal.